Hello and welcome to another edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of AttractWell, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hello, everyone. Really glad you're here today.
We have Julie here with us as well. Great to have you here with us, Julie.
Hi, everybody.
And to you at work, at home, wherever you are in the world, we're thrilled to have you here with us. This is a free call that we offer to this community every week on Thursdays at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. It's a great opportunity to get to know the AttractWell system a little better, learn to work smarter, and of course, in cases like today, where we have released an exciting new feature, you get to learn how to use it. So today we're going to show you something that I think is, I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but it's kind of miraculous, meaning that you can actually just take the ideas that you have and a little bit of information, a little bit of prep, and you can fool the world into thinking that you hired a designer or that you are a designer yourself. So I'm really excited to share this feature with you guys today, and to share some demos with you as well. I want to do a quick little check here. I do have two folks who signed up for live reviews today. Peggy, I'll be getting to you at the close of the call. And Jackie, if you're here, let me know because I would love to work with you to build out your course page as we discussed previously. So welcome again. Thrilled to have you here. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get out of video. And it looks like Jackie, you're here. Fantastic. I'm so excited to actually share this feature with a real user right here. So fantastic. I'm going to get out of video here and into these slides that I've prepared for you guys. Which bear with me just a second. I'm not on my normal device, so I'm a little discombobulated. So give me 1 second here and I can get this squared up and ready to go. All right, here we go. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. All right. So today we are going to be working together on, and again, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get this thing worked out here. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, perfect. Got it. Off to the races. All right, so today we are working with this really awesome new feature. It's actually an improvement of an existing one in our page builder. And this is the sort of ultimate, in my view, website builder for coaches. You don't have to really know anything aside from who you are, who you serve, and how you want to come across with what you're offering. And you can put together something that is extraordinarily well designed, well organized, laid out, and it just takes a couple of minutes. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about what it looks like to create a fully custom professional page when you have the right inputs in place. I'm going to show you how to prepare for your build so that your result is fantastic on the first go. I don't want you to have to go through and learn how to make a million edits, although that is quite easy, and I'll show you what that looks like today. But we're going to talk about the main things that we want to have done first, and then we'll get into showing you how it's done. So we want to make sure that we have AI settings and that we've got some brand colors and maybe some other assets to help shape what the builder can create for us. We'll do a full walkthrough of the build it for me process from start to finish. I've got a demo ready to go, and then I'll bring Jackie out and we can work together on her course page. And then we'll have, as always, live help and Q&A. So if you have questions on the call here, please do add those to the Q&A. We've got a lot of folks on the call here today. We're really excited to have you. But if you ask questions in the chat, we might miss it. So pop those into the Q&A so that we can make sure you don't get missed. If you are watching this as a replay, go to attractwell.com/office hours to join us on a future live call. You'll get me emailed reminders to join, and you'll be the first to receive replays and resources. If you'd like to work together on a call, like two folks, Jackie and Peggy, will be working with me together here today. You can reserve space on an upcoming Thursday by going to attractwell.com/work review. And if you would like to explore availability outside of Thursdays at 2 p.m., Pam offers other options as well, attractwell.com/live help. And finally, if you'd like to just hand off what you want done to a qualified team to get it done gorgeously for you, we have an incredibly qualified and talented group of folks who can help you execute whatever you have in mind. So go check them out, learn more, and schedule a zero obligation consult. All right, so let's talk about what it used to look like to build pages, right? So we used to need to hire a designer or a developer to build a page that sounds like us and looks professional. This would often entail weeks of revisions, thousands of dollars colors or settling for a template that just doesn't quite fit what you're looking for. And so the Build It For Me page builder takes what you give it and then builds that complete custom page in minutes, where all you really might need to do is make a couple of tweaks before it's ready to ship. And so the better your inputs are for this, as is the case with AI, the better the result. And that's what we're going to be covering today, because you can go in and play around with this feature right now and get something pretty spectacular. But I'm going to show you how you can get it to 99% done if you've got the right inputs in place. So you want to start before you actually build with making sure that you have your AI settings in AttractWell set up and that you've got some brand colors in place to kind of guide what design should look like. So your AI settings are going to tell the builder how to write for you. Your tone, your audience, your offer, and your brand colors are going to set the visual foundation so that the page looks like yours from the start. And if you haven't set these up yet, doing it first makes everything that follows so much easier and faster. All right. And let me just take a quick turn here to show you guys here. Let me get to the correct tab here. So there is a blog post here that we have that has a full video as well as a downloadable resource that you can use, this AI setup checklist that gives you the full sort of example scenarios you can run through to make sure that your AI is set up to really sound like you. And so this is something that once you have it written, you're going to go into your AttractWell account here, and this is under account settings and then AI settings. And then once you paste all that information in here, and you could put a lot of information in here, you save the changes, and everything that AI does for you in AttractWell then becomes something that it's informing everything that it does, right? So if you have it rewrite a blog post, it'll still sound like you because it knows all the rules. If your strategy is included inside of your AI settings, links to important things that you're promoting, such as to book a call with you, that link is in there. You don't have to remember it. Pages to sales pages, whatever that looks like for you, you can actually codify those in your AI settings so that it can naturally pull those without you needing to go do that work. Okay, so that is the first thing I want to recommend that you do. Now we have another blog post here called How to Create a Brand Palette for Your Coaching Business. And this is a full walkthrough as well that does have a downloadable resource, the Branding Basics PDF. Once you have that done, you can go into your colors and fonts here in AttractWell and put your presets in place. This again is going to inform AI throughout the system as to what your color scheme is so that it can adhere to that closely. This is what that brand palette might look like. And of course, if you have Canva Pro, highly recommend that you set up your brand colors in there as well. It just makes everything that much easier. All right. So getting back to what we do next. So again, get your AI settings in place. It's going to go a really long way for you. Have a brand palette. If you don't have one already, it's going to obviously benefit tons of work that you do downstream. And then we want to gather our assets for the page that we want to create. So any logos, product images, if this is a sales page, brand guidelines, like we just mentioned, or even content outlines, if you're working with a dedicated LLM to kind of dictate what goes onto a page you want to create. And these are going to get uploaded directly into the builder and placed where they make sense. And you don't need to have professional photography here necessarily, just the pieces that represent your business. Now, there are a number of fields that are going to pop up for you, and these do kind of adjust based on the type of pages that you're building. But you're going to choose your page type, right? So a home page, about page, landing page, etc. And then you're going to tell it who it's for, what you want visitors to do, add your story, your unique value proposition, credentials, etc., so that the content sounds like it came from you. Right. And so the inspiration and layout is a really cool feature that I don't think you're going to find in a lot of places. You can actually pull in third-party websites that you admire as a visual reference so that the builder captures the style. So if, for instance, there is someone who has a website and their homepage has a hero section whose design you really love, you can actually say the hero section of this website and you put the link there and it will pull that in as inspiration, right? It's not going to copy the content, but it will build off of that design. You can also choose your own section order or let the builder recommend a layout for your page type. So if you are someone who is maybe new to this, you could just let it do its thing. Because it is well informed. And then you can add any notes on what you want each section to accomplish if you're making those adjustments. So I actually have a quick example that I want to walk you guys through that I have preloaded. And that's right over here. And by the way, let's just go back into AttractWell. I'll show you how to get to this feature. Under website and blog, you go to website pages. You click add, you click build it for me, and then you begin this process, right? So depending on the type of page that you select, and I'm actually going to use a landing page. I'm going to create a landing page for my, I think it's a 10-day reset. I've got all the details on the next page. But a couple of things to note here. You do have to pick what type of page this is. Everything else is optional, right? So if you maybe are unclear on what you should put in a particular field, you can actually leave it blank. But one really important thing, and again, this is why I recommend you start with your AI settings. This is pre-filled right here. Tell us about you and your business so we can write better content. This pulls everything in from your AI settings. You don't have to memorize anything to figure out where it goes. It's all right there. Okay. So again, just making a really strong case for that. We can continue the process, but I actually want to show you how this looks more or less pre-filled. All right. So this is a landing or opt-in page. This is for busy women in their 30s or early 40s who are feeling fatigued, sluggish, or just off. They want to do something about it, but don't know where to start. And this is going to be, what did I put here? The name of this is the 14-day energy reset challenge is what I'm offering. So I want them to enroll in the challenge is what is the thing I want them to do on this page. I've got all of my AI details here preloaded. So it's telling them about the business and everything else. I can go next here. We want to give the name of the magnet or freebie. We'll describe what they'll get, right? So you want to put a little bit of work into that. This is a free 14-day program with daily 10-minute workouts, simple nutrition tips, and daily encouragement. The key benefit of signing up is that we can see real changes in your energy in just 14 days with 10 minutes a day and zero health expertise required. Urgency or scarcity. This is going to be a live challenge. So this next run starts on Monday, April 20th, and spots are limited. Let me move to the next one. This is where we can pull in inspiration. Here, I actually pulled up Dr. Mindy Pell's website where she is offering a challenge, and I like what she's done. Beautiful. Doing great work. I believe this is an AttractWell site. It's pretty cool. All right. So I use that as an example. And I specifically said, I like how the page builds through benefits and social proof before sign up call to action. The visual flow and section structure are strong. And I like the bold contrasts between sections. All right. I'm going to go next. Another option you have here, by the way, if this is a part of an existing funnel or if it's related to something else that you do, you can actually pull in one of your own website pages as inspiration, right? So if you want to match the same style, colors, fonts, layouts, then you can actually choose one of your own here as well. I'll click next. Here, I've already uploaded some assets here. So I have this brand guideline template, which is already, that's not the one. This one here. I uploaded a PDF version of this just to give the colors and the vibe. So that's here. And I also uploaded these images that I already had in my Canva for the challenge. And this actually, hi, Chrissy, if you're here on the call, I've got this from our 28 to Elevate that Grow Workspace offers. So I've got these two images. I've got one as a product image and the other is it's just an image that we're using for the challenge. I've got some additional instructions here that I've included as well, because I really want to make sure that the tone is warm and personable, like a knowledgeable friend, not a clinical program, right? So I'm putting some additional information in here too. Now, this final piece, and this is optional, but if you are someone who is very particular about how this is laid out, or you want to be prescriptive in how the layout works for the page that you're building, when you go to this next one, this layout options, check this out. If you check this box, you can not only give specific feedback as to what goes into each section, you can reorder them and even create custom sections where you describe what it will be, as I've done with a bonus offer. So this is super cool. So I've got that specified. So you can see how with just a little bit of preparation and thought, again, and I've done the most here. As I mentioned at the outset, all you really have to do is tell it what kind of page, and it can read from your AI settings with minimal other inputs. But because I wanted to show you just how dialed in this could be, let's go let it build. And while it does that, I am going to come and find our friends that are going to be joining us out on the live call here today. All right. Hi, Jackie. Can you hear me? Are you there? Is your microphone connected? I can't hear you. Greg, Julie, are you able to hear Jackie?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
he's
Okay.
not muted from
Jackie,
what I can see.
yeah, got you. Yeah, and it's not registering, like it's picking up sound. So it might be that you want to use a different, like if you're in Zoom, Jackie, if you look over on the bottom left-hand side where it says audio, there's a little arrow there. You might want to switch what the microphone is for you so that it can pick up what you're saying. And I'll go ahead and keep you
Hello?
here. Hi. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had headphones on, but my Bluetooth was connected and it was in another room. So I had to
Oh, you're good. You're
undo
good.
that. I didn't realize I was on Bluetooth with my headphones on.
Hey, no worries. No worries. So just as soon as we get this page done, I want to switch over to your account. But
Okay.
were you able to get the AI settings done? I know we had chatted about that last week.
To be honest with you, you should go to the other person. No, I didn't do anything since
That's
last week.
okay. That's okay. But I mean, I hope that this walkthrough is helpful. I think that if we can make sure that we are giving the AI as much information as possible about who you are, what you stand for, who your person is, why you do what you do, what makes you different, all of that, then that's something that you don't have to kind of do the math, as it were, to load that
Hmm.
information into the different parts of the page, right?
Okay.
So we can see here, because I've got all that information in the AI settings. It's pulling all of this in. It's saying the date that it starts. This is actually really great. And so here, oh gosh, that's really weird, but hopefully this is an image of you, right? When you
You can
upload
click the
it.
picture and it'll swap it out. It gives you some choices if you want to.
Oh my goodness. So I would definitely need to use a My Images because it's supposed to be a picture of us. All right, maybe this is Jane. I don't know where this image came from in the Jane account, but she's gorgeous. I know I have one that's actually uploaded here that we use often. That's fine. You know what? I'm going to use this because it's just stylistically great. I love this. And she's facing the information, which is also important. Okay, so I love it. It's giving me the the about, right? What your 14 days look like. Here's what you get. Sign me up. We've got testimonials. We've got Q&A. We've got, oh, this is great, kind of calling out the problem. We'll get a little bonus in here. It's including the image that I provided. And then it's got this call to action down here, this final down here at the bottom. So I actually really like this. And this is my footer. I'm going to be taking that off when it's done. But I can go ahead and save and finish this and then just go and start making modifications. But you'll see that it really is quite simple to execute these changes. You can tell it to improve if it's super far off. You can go and tell it improve, tell it what you want to do different, um, and then let it deploy those changes for you. But we could also, let me click save and finish, go to editor. Okay, it's weird. Okay, perfect. So here it is. What I could do, and I think this is what I would recommend doing throughout, is introduce a little bit of, oh, look at that background image. That's great. Introduce a little bit of padding to the top and bottom of each section, because if we look at the preview here, it's just a little bit cramped, right? Like the amount from the top and bottom is just a touch cramped. So what I'm going to do, and this is a new feature, you guys, you can go edit page from the top, because previously you could just go in here. I can scroll down to background padding and I can increase the top and bottom here, right? And that's totally fine. But what I want to do is just have it do this to the whole page. So edit the whole page. And I'm going to say increase padding on top and bottom of all sections. And I can apply those changes to the entire page. You can animate the entire page. That's a control up top here as well. So if you want things to slide up or shift in, you can apply those again without having to go section by section to make every edit. Another really cool part of this edit the whole page option is to ask it to make the entire page mobile responsive. If for whatever reason you feel like it's not responding the way that you want to when you preview it on mobile, you can actually apply that change to the entire page itself. So I'm going to get through letting it do its thing here. And then I think we could absolutely, if you're open to it, we can take a stab at using this to kind of build out the page for your baking course, if that works for you, Jackie.
Sure.
Okay, fantastic. So here we go. See, added a little padding. So nice. I could go in and make a bunch of changes, but I'm going to leave it as it is. I would definitely change like this to white here for the contrast. Oh, another thing we could do, you know how it looks really nice when there are images in here with the quotes? I'm going to edit this section specifically, and I'm going to actually use the microphone. I would like to include space to have an image inside of the white boxes in this section so that I can display photos of the person who provided the testimonial. I want the other information inside of these boxes to say the same. So we can also talk to it and let it do it. And if you don't understand or know the vocabulary of website editing, you don't have to worry about it. You can absolutely fail forward and oops your way into something gorgeous here by just telling it what you want. So there you go. Voila. And so now I can go in and swap out these images with images of actual clients. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and let's go and build a page for your baking course. So the first thing that I would recommend, again, just, as a thing that you might try to do moving forward, Jackie, is in your AI settings to just follow what's in that training so that it's just super clear who you are and who your person is that this is for. But we can go ahead just to kind of show how this can do the work either way. I want to go over here to website pages. And is this the one? Is this the Sweet Success, the mini course? Or do we have a different one? Yeah?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, fantastic. So this, I think, across the board, this is different, I think, than what I saw last week. This is
last
really
time
good.
was the landing page. I was concerned that the landing page was turning people off. They never got to the home page.
Got you. And so this page is the mini course itself?
No, this is just the home page, and then then they can wait a minute. How come I see stuff? Wait a minute. I was hoping that meant that they had to pay to get to here. What is this? That's the home page.
This is the one. This is the one it's called Sweet Success Mini Course. Let's Bake.
Let's Bake is the last of the course. What am I looking at?
This is your list of pages in AttractWell.
I think it's because you're in the back, because it's supposed to be that you can't get to these pages unless you pay. So I think that's what I'm seeing is that you're seeing the actual lessons.
Oh, got you. Okay. So I'm understanding people are going to sign up and then you're going to be sending them emails with links to these pages.
Right. So when they sign up, the link to the vault, I did the vault thing. I did two things. I didn't know what to do. So I did everything.
Hey, that's okay.
So I have the vault.
That's experience. Okay. Oh, I see.
So I was hoping that people would sign up and then they would get the link to the vault and then they would actually be able to see the course but I don't want people to just follow my link and then go straight to the courses because then
right. No, absolutely. So, okay. So here's, let me open up. I'm going to use this drawing app that I use from time to time, Freeform. There we go. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to just kind of walk you through a visual diagram of how I would recommend setting something like this up, just structurally speaking in
Okay.
AttractWell. All right, I'm going to switch my share here and show you. Okay, so I'm going to use these different symbols here to kind of depict what is what in AttractWell, right? So this is a vault. So your
Mm-hmm.
course is going to be inside of a vault. And for a lot of us, if we have a course, it's probably going to be in a vault because in that vault, we want to have our online class, right? And so these are probably going to be the same name. So this vault is probably going to be called let me see, what is Sweet Success,
Uh-huh.
right? All right, so Sweet Success. So this is called Sweet Success. All right, our online class is probably also called Sweet Success. But inside of this vault, you might also, and to be fair, like inside of Sweet Success, you've got a bunch of lessons too, right? So
Right.
you have your individual lessons are in this class, right? But there are three types of content that go into a vault. There are classes, there are these discussion rooms. So maybe you do provide a discussion room, right? So this would be our discussion room. And then you might also have pages in here where you have, maybe you're an Amazon affiliate and you've got like a resources page, right? So this is all inside of a vault. Okay. And inside of here, again, I'm just going to take this and give it a different color. And so that we could specify this as a lesson, right? So this is lesson. And inside of your class, you probably have maybe four. Let's just pretend you have four lessons, right? So there's
Yeah, I
one
have.
lesson. You got four?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I
So
have
there's
four
lessons.
lessons,
Mhm.
and I have them in four different vaults. And
So that's, yeah, this is why I kind of wanted to draw this out here so that you could see that you don't want to have one lesson per vault because the vault is
okay.
what they pay for access to. So think about it as inside of your member area, a vault can be a community, a vault can be a course, a
Mhm.
vault can be a coaching program, it could be a private client dashboard, it can be a lot of things. But you want to have, if it's one offer, it's one vault, right? So if Sweet Success is your course, then Sweet Success is your vault. And inside of it, you have a class that has your four lessons. You could have a discussion room. You don't have to. You could have additional resource pages, or maybe you've got, if you do live events information, right? Another page. You could put all kinds of stuff in here, but this is your vault. And so this comprises the thing that you sell, right? So this is your offer. And what we're going to do is with your website, we're going to have the page where we offer it. We call that a landing page. And if you're selling this, then we're going to either use a page with payment methods, right? So this would be page with payment, or sales page would be another way to put this. So a sales
Mhm.
page for Sweet Success. And forgive me, this is very tiny, but there's sales page for
Yes.
Sweet Success. When they purchase, we can send them to a confirmation page, right? And I'm going to use just to delineate the pages in the funnel here. So this is the one where we're selling. This is the one where we're saying, hey, check your email, right? So confirmed. Now the thing is, another option, you could do away with these entirely, and you could use what's called a vault checkout page, where
Oh.
you just send them the link to the vault to purchase and they
Mhm.
just get everything that's in there. But it is more of a checkout page itself. And so if you want to have a sales page that really pitches, that really tells the story, then I would recommend just utilizing a page and then sending them to the vault after they purchase, right? So this is just to make sure that we're clear on the sort of delineation of features and how we use them. What I would do is, if it's content that you're teaching in your course, I would use a class, the online class feature in AttractWell. Put your lessons in there. That class goes into the vault. And the vault is in your member area where people have to log in to be able to go get the thing they signed up for. Right. And it can have all of these other things. And so this way, and again, I would keep it as simple as possible because you can. I would maybe have a sales page. When they purchase, they get access to the vault. The vault is going to, on its own, send a welcome to vault message. That's a campaign thing that's already set up with the vault. And this is a complete system. If you wanted to just sell something super simple, the way that we could set that up, let me show you. Just go to the vault that you have right now already. You would want to combine these though, right? So you want to have, right now you've got lesson 1 in vault 1, lesson 2 in another, lesson 3 in another, etc.
Yes.
I would go into classes here, and I would have a class, and then I would put the contents, like what you have of those pages, inside of the classes. And then you put that into your vault. And now you do have this set up for payment, which is fine. Here you go, payment setup. Because you don't want to charge. Are you charging $20 per lesson?
It's it's 2 lessons in each vault. So it's one is $20 for the 2. And then the other one.
Okay. So here,
I call it mini because it's less than the whole thing would have been a couple hours. So I made it into 15-20 minute lessons.
I see. So this one is just this, like you are only selling the contents of this page.
Right. Flowers and sweeteners.
I would argue you actually don't need to use a vault for that. I mean, if you want to make it something that people have to log in to get access to, you could do that. But there is a setting in Pages here where you could send them access to the page after they've purchased on the sales page. And here, let me show you. Here's our mini course. If you go to the page settings here, buy link only. Please make sure if it's something that you don't want the internet to find, buy link only. Because this means if it's everywhere, it means Google can take people to it.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So use buy link only, and then you could sell access to this page, right? Like obviously there's higher fidelity where you're, going to have the page inside of a vault where someone has to log in, as opposed to sharing a link with them that they could theoretically share with others. So it is up to you where that's concerned. But what I would do, so let's just say, for instance, you have a page on your site. And let's go create a sales page. Since you already have the contents of the page itself, we can go to website pages. Hello, website pages. There we go. We can go to add, build it for me. This is going to be a sales page. And obviously we want to have as much information as possible, but I can move forward here. And go to a page similar to this one. So let's say it's lesson 1, Sweet Success.
Yes.
Okay. Or is that the course? I'll try this one. I'm going to do this one here. Okay. So I'm going to use that one as inspiration. And let's just see what it does. Build a sales page for me based on this other page. I'm going to go back one and specify I have included a link to the page that contains all content for this offer. Create the page that sells that one. How about that?
Wow.
And then we'll have it build a page. Yeah. Because that's the link that we've shared. We attached the one that we want. And now, because you basically put everything that you are selling on one page, we can now say, okay, well, here's everything that I'm selling. Make me a sales page for it. Now, it's going to do a better job once you go into your AI settings and you make very clear, this is how I speak. This is who my audience is. This is why I bake and how I bake and what my people value and that kind of thing, right? That'll give it a lot more context. So, but this is still, I think, a really decent starting point, because that page that you already created has your voice, your information, and literally what it sells. So it does have a good starting point where that information is concerned.
That's great. I didn't notice the class page until I had everything else done. So
Yeah.
I
So, I mean,
I
if
would have
you're,
started with it.
no worries, no worries. You're learning features in a different order, and that's fine. But what I would consider doing is, yeah, I mean, just kind of decide if you want to treat the sort of one page offers that you're selling as, you know, just a quick little thing that you sell as an access to a page on your website, or if you want to have it be, you know, people have to log into your member area to see it. I think there is a case to be made for both. I actually didn't realize at the outset there when I was creating that diagram that these are actually things that you're intending to sell separately. So here we go. This is pretty good as a starting point, but I
So
think
this
it's
is the
telling
one page.
this is
This is,
the sales
oh,
page.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
this is the sales page. But I think that, you know, what I would have probably done in starting over with this is to tell it, because I'm giving it basically all of the content that I'm selling. I want
Mhm.
it to absolutely know that I don't want it to give away too much on the sales page because there might be too
That's
much here,
true.
right?
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
something that I would recommend maybe playing around with, and that can get you closer to what you're looking for. But again, highly recommend get the AI settings out of the way,
Yes.
and you'll get great results because then it actually understands your priority, your structure, and how you want to come across.
Oh, that's wonderful. So
Awesome.
I have a question. So when I did vaults, I wanted to also have a community later if I do get um, students. I'd like to have a community to collaborate on things and discuss problems with whatever their bake was or whatever.
Yeah, I love that.
So would a vault be better in order to
Yes.
have that?
Yes, because it allows you to have a discussion room. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, where this topic is concerned, I can't recommend enough. I have a short course here under online resources and courses, and it's this one, How to Build Your, and it talks about. You'll understand vaults if you go through this, and it's pretty
Okay.
simple. And it goes through all of the different ways that you can set one up. So if you want to kind of visit how you have yours structured currently, make modifications, you'll find guidance in here for that. And also if you want to build a community, that I talk about how to do that in here too. And they're all very short. Like you don't have to sit through hours long training to learn how to do stuff. It's pretty straightforward.
So
So I would start with that.
how to build your and okay, and it's in
Mhm.
the Success Academy. Okay.
Yep. Yep. If you click Success Academy and then online resources and courses, this How to Build Yours, where you want to go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring Peggy out as well, who signed up to work together here today. I'm going to get into the Q&A here in just a moment as well.
Thank you
Uh,
so much. That was
of,
such a great help. I'm gonna start all over from scratch.
well, I am really excited to see what you do. Feel free, come back next week. Let's take a look at it.
Ashley, I have one more question.
Yes,
Do I
ma'am. Go ahead.
need we started with the landing page. That's
Uh-huh.
what I was supposed to get fixed. Do I need to fix that landing
Well,
page?
your goal is to have them purchase, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I wouldn't fool with this at all because this isn't going to take payment. This is a simplified landing page feature. So this is if you want to really quickly put up something that's a very simple offer. So if you want someone to sign up for updates to your blog or join a newsletter or register for an
Mhm.
event or something like that, that's what this would be for. I would use website pages to build out what you're looking to do because you can actually take payment on pages.
Okay, so that means I should just get rid of the landing page.
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't,
absolutely.
because people are signing up and I don't have the newsletter or anything or blog or anything. So it's to me a waste of sign up, even though it is leads. They are leads, but
I
I,
mean, yeah, that's
yeah.
great that those are leads. Maybe just modify what's on that page to let them know that they'll be on the wait list for it. And then you
Okay.
can send them the link to purchase.
Okay.
Great work. Look forward to seeing what
Thank
you do
you.
with it. Yeah,
All righty.
absolutely. Hey, Peggy, how can we help today?
Hi, Ashley. Yeah, so I am I am offering a diabetes rescue for the second time. But the first
Awesome.
time I offered, thank you. The first time I offered it, it was really piecemeal. And I want to, the start date is not till April 29th. I've got to get this out there so people can start signing up. Um, I think I put it all together, but I would love your eyes on it so that I don't
Okay.
have to do piecemeal again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So are we looking at this from a vault perspective, just making sure that the vault is set up, or?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The page that is my landing page
Okay.
is called Rescue Me.
All right. So it's this one,
It's
Rescue
that
Me?
one, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Ooh.
I have to admit, Pam has been working on my website, and I needed this like lickety split, so I just mimicked what she did on one of my other pages. So
That's
Pam
great.
gets a lot of credit for this.
Pam is awesome. And honestly, one of the best designers I've seen use our system. Absolutely love what she does. This looks great. It's spaced out nicely. I just love your use of color. It's very vibrant. There we go. We've got what we're talking about, the investment. Love that you've used that word.
Mm.
Um, Beautiful. That's great. And then when we say join, we take them to checkout. So for everyone who's curious, I actually want to make I want to show something here, and this pertains to what I was talking to Jackie about as well. This is a page that's being used as a sales page. In Peggy's case here, she is offering two different payment options, and this is a sales page, and she's using the vault to take payment. This is a vault checkout page. This is gorgeous, by the way. I love this. Um, we're reiterating the information from the sales page. We're offering the one-time or the 2 monthly payment plan option. Got your logo, choose the information, coupon code if you have it, payment info next, and then you're sending them straight into the vault, which is great. This is good. No, I think this page is well done. I think it's spaced well. I mean, tiny tweaks, and this is really more of a hop on with Pam kind of thing. I think that it is visually nice to have, if you're in like a landscape view like this, to have sort of alignment with the image and the content that's there. And so, what you could do, again, this is really more of a tiny tweak than it is a Peggy, you should do this. But this being maybe a header, and that way that this section shifts up a little bit so that the image is taking up a similar amount of real estate as the copy, right? And that's just, again, super tweaky, like it's really more of an optimizing thing. And that would be the same case in something like this. But again, I think that the use of color is really congruent throughout, even the blue pants. It's great.
And just
Yeah.
to repeat that, Ashley, what would you suggest to make the copy and the image the same height?
Or
So,
something a little bit more proportional, because as it stands
okay.
right now, when it's actually published on the page, the copy is taking up quite a bit more space vertically than the image, because the image is a square. So one thing that you could potentially choose to do is to choose an image of a slightly larger, taller size to put that in place. Or you take what's in blue here and make that the header of the section, right? So it's up top. And then that scoots what's here up further. And you could probably just use this, talk to AI right here and just tell it very specifically, a science-backed program, make that the top centered heading for this section, so that imagine a life all the way through to the button is in the column.
Perfect. Okay.
So that makes sense, right?
Yep. Yes, I was trying to tweak that copy shorter and shorter and tighter so that it would align, but that's a great suggestion.
Yeah, a lot of times that's really an easy, simple thing to do. And it's kind of hard to tell. You do have to kind of play around. And again, this is not going to kill your conversion. Like not having those things tweaked is not going to knock anything out for you. Like it's going to be fine. But it's just a minor thing. But yeah, no, it's beautiful, and I love the color scheme, and it's congruent. The design wise, it's congruent throughout, which is really nice. And then the vault itself, since you're taking them to the vault checkout page, That means
So
that they're going straight into the vault
okay,
after
so
they purchase.
can I ask, so when they click the button and they go to the vault checkout page, so they've yes, and here they
Mhm.
pay, does that automatically give them access to the vault?
Yeah,
This
that's going to be determined in payment setup here. And yes, it does automatically give them access to the vault, right? So they're
okay.
going to choose from one of these two options. And you can actually see what all is chosen. Um, let's see. Yeah, you're going to be removing launch campaigns. That's perfect. You're tagging them. That's great. But yeah, what's going to happen next after someone signs up is they're going to, yeah, here we go. After someone pays, send them to, oh, it actually looks like you're sending them to
Yeah,
this.
that is a HIPAA compliant questionnaire.
Oh, okay.
Podio is HIPAA compliant, so I built the questionnaire. It's not as pretty as an AttractWell would be, but at
Sure.
least it solves the problem. And then after, from this Podio link, I send them to, also in Podio for a waiver,
Hmm.
and then I send them to a confirmation page in AttractWell.
Got you. Okay. That's perfectly fine. I would, though, be really specific what's here on this page and say, after you sign, after you complete your purchase, I will send you to a form and an agreement, et cetera. I would set that up here just to make sure that people are clear on what's next. Um, I think an optimal way to go about this also, just depending on, here, let's go to how the vault is set up itself in the content. You have to do maybe that wouldn't work the same way here, but it's, you could also put those Podio links into the vault itself, like perhaps in a like in an initial lesson, right, where people can't
Oh,
move forward
oh,
until they've completed that step.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and you could even have maybe like a custom GPT chat with them and say, all right, here's the first thing you need to do. Go over to Podio, go fill that out, come back when you're done. Let me know that you're done. And then, okay, and now you need to fill this agreement out, right? So there are a couple ways that you could do that in the vault itself. But I think so long as the campaign that you're sending when they sign up, which is this entry settings here, or potentially what you have attached to the payment itself, is maybe also sending them that form and agreement, just in case for whatever reason, phones lose connection, don't make it to the next page, etc. If it is something you need from them, sure, you can redirect them there. Highly recommend that you tell them that you're going to in this information here. But in the campaign, right after they purchase, and maybe several messages in the campaign right after they purchase, because we want them to do something, you might want to add those in there as well. That way you don't have to go and manually chase people down.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Can you just clarify? Because this is, I always get stuck on. So when they buy from the checkout page in the vault, that purchase automatically puts them into the vault. Now I just need to, my vault, welcome to the vault campaign gives them information how to access the fact that they are now in the vault. Is that
Correct.
right?
That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Their contact card is now a member of the vault. So the email address on that contact card, so long as they're using that, they can get into your member area and see that vault. But what you're doing here is you are redirecting them somewhere else that is away from your website entirely. So I would even argue that, in the absence of some, more complex, like the custom GPT, that would be a more complex option. You could even maybe have a custom page on your site that says, you are going to receive an email from me in a few minutes, if you haven't already, that's going to give you instructions on how to get in and access the community. Before you do anything else, go here and then go here, right? And so that way we're still, when they leave, because they've just purchased something from you, in this case, hundreds of dollars, the next thing that they see, unless we have prepared them properly for it, the next thing that they see ideally needs to still be you.
Yeah.
Right? So
That
if it's
makes
a
sense.
page that's still on your website that says, hey, one more thing, I need you to fill this out. Here's the link, and maybe put that in the email as well. And let them know that there's an email coming their way right now that's going to get them access to what they just paid for.
Okay. Okay. I'm afraid with that they might not do it. Like,
Well,
I
I
really
think
want.
that the risk of that is more or less the same either way.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think that
Are you wanting to keep them from getting into the vault until they have
yes.
filled this form? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So this is going to be because you're using a third party there. Um, I would check and see if Podio has an embed option. So these
Okay.
web forms on Podio, if they have an embed option, put it into a page on your site and send this person there immediately after. So it's still, we're talking about a website custom page. So put that HIPAA compliant form into, using its pasted form. Just pretend like you're putting an embed code for a video into a section and just use whatever they give you. And it'll still show up on your website, and you can provide the context and say, I look forward to adding you to our community, right? But first, you got to do this, right?
Right.
But there is the little tricky piece there of if they chose a two-part payment, you're using the vault to check out, it's the same vault, it's going to give them access to the vault.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
just going to have to incorporate into that email campaign, hey, I'm going to need you to do this, right? Or I'm going to have to refund you and remove you from the program or whatever, right? However you want to phrase that. I think that if the basic thing that I would do at this point, and again, because I think you're launching pretty soon, is just create a custom page that explains, hey, I need you to do this. And if you don't do this, I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to remove you from the program and give you your money back. Can you
Okay.
do these things, right?
Okay.
And then you give them the links or embed codes if they're there to the things that you need from them. And then just include those reminders in the email as well.
Okay. Okay. I can do that. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. This way, there's not a lot of this link, that link, this link. And you're right. I think I don't want to discourage them by they're excited to buy, and now I'm making them do this instead.
Yeah, exactly.
So somewhere else. Okay.
Yep,
And
gotta keep that congruent.
okay. But all the other not automations, but the tech behind it
Mhm.
looks okay. All right.
Yeah,
It,
absolutely. Yeah,
very
I
good.
mean, it really is. I think the most important change you can make here is that after they just paid you hundreds of dollars, that we should be sending them to a place on your website where you're telling them that they just successfully did that and that more information is coming to them and that they need to do these two things next. So
Okay.
I would, that would be a critical thing that I would do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do that today. And can I just off this subject?
Sure.
So I was on a podcast that dropped last week, and I thought I had things set up right, and it was a surprise that they dropped it. And but I wanted to have those people who found me on the podcast tagged that they came from the podcast.
Mm,
So, but they came in and they asked for my lead magnet and they signed up for my blog, but I didn't have them tagged anyway. How can so there are people coming in from non-podcast listeners. So
sure.
yeah, how do I do that? How do I?
Yeah. So I would create different versions of the same page and such that the link is slightly different when you share it. So if you
Oh,
like this would be go to peggykrause.com/podcast name and you're going to get
okay.
access to this thing. And you might offer that thing in other places, right? But that way you've got the attribution there. And that's specifically if you're going to be appearing on someone's program and you're going to be verbally speaking the thing out loud, which is often the case if it's YouTube or a podcast. There are ways to, kind of run attribution and try to figure out where folks came in from. But if you know that you're going to be sharing to a particular audience, I would just duplicate the thing. So a landing page or a page used as a landing page. I would just duplicate that thing and give it a different link path that matches where they would be coming from. And then you would tag them differently for that as well.
Okay, can do. And one more, can I just one more?
Yeah, of course.
I noticed that there was, I think it will in AttractWell all the way down in settings that you can or that I could is it activity maybe? I can somehow change.
Oh, activity, yes.
Yeah, and then yeah, exactly. And you go all the way back down to the bottom of that page. That's it, campaign tracking. Now, how does that work?
Yeah, so you would add this this parameter, right? So you would take like, peggycross.com/ whatever the name of the page is, and then you would take this question marks analytics underscore campaign equals, and then you put where the X's are, you would
Mhm.
replace that with the name of the podcast or the name of a particular video or something like that. And then that is going to, so like you see here, campaign equals November dash newsletter, January dash flash sale, podcast dash title, or whatever, right? And so yeah, you would take the link to the actual page itself, replace this, and then you'll be able to see the attributions here. And so that would be custom campaign tracking. So anything that came in from somewhere else that has, yeah, and this is the attribution I was just talking about. If you're going to be speaking the URL aloud, obviously this isn't going to work the same way. I would actually make it a duplicate, right? But if you are, say, for instance, going to be promoting a workshop over the course of a month, and you're providing links to people who might be emailing their list, right? So maybe campaign equals would be name of person one, campaign equals name of person two. And so you can kind of see who came in from where that's concerned. Again, if it's more critical that you actually track affiliates, I would create a duplicate page that tags with the attribution source to make that a little simpler. But if you want the people to be tagged for attribution, create a new page, like make a duplicate and add a tag to it. If you just want to see where people are coming from, use this down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play around with that. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, great question.
Thanks.
For sure. All right. We've got some more questions here. Great questions today. Thanks, guys. All right, let's get into it. Tiffany says, I'm having a couple group coaching start date options. How would I give clients an option of which one to select? So this depends on how you're selling it. But Tiffany, I would use a page. And on that page, they could use an either or, right? So if you go to, let me get into a different, actually, Peggy, I'm going to borrow one of your pages here real quick. So if you go into your pages in the payment settings for the page, and let me see if I've got a sales page here. Okay, so if we go into the page settings, under payments, you can have multiple options here. And so I would, maybe this one would be start date 1, start date 2, right? And you would tag them according to their start date under more options. So tag them for their start date, put the date-based campaign for their start date, et cetera. So I would use the page feature for that, and then just make sure that you have both of those payment options there so that they could choose which one they want. All right, how would I give people options of which 8-week group coaching they would like to join? Yeah. So that's where I would do it, because you're selling the same thing. It's just different start dates. So have the sales page that sells the whole program itself, and then give them the option to pick their start dates in the payments section. All right, Misha says, is the landing page a good place for a freebie or lead magnet versus putting it on the homepage or a website? I like doing both for a freebie or a lead magnet. Having a dedicated landing page, whether you're using the pages feature for that or the landing pages simplified feature, that provides you with a way to send people straight to it, such as from a YouTube video where you say, get the download. You don't want to send them to your homepage and hope that they find it, right? You want to send them straight to where they can take the action that you're prescribing. So that would be a case for using a landing page, but the same offer for the lead magnet can be on your homepage too. It would just be in a section of your homepage. And you could use a pop-up for that, et cetera. So you can create multiple paths for the same outcome. But a landing page is a good place. And I would say a necessary place for that, although you can put it in other places too. All right, Denny says, for that traffic link, can I add that to my blog link that I put on LinkedIn so I know they came from there? Or is this only for campaigns? So the word campaign, I want to make sure that that's disambiguated here. Thank you so much for asking that question, Denny. And also, hi, great to have you back. Here, if we go over here to activity, as Peggy was asking about, down here at the bottom, where it says campaign, this is actually more like coding parlance than it is what we do with campaigns in AttractWell. Because campaigns by name in AttractWell are a series of dripped messages, but a campaign in terms of like a marketing campaign would also entail taking other specific actions, right? And so this would allow you to attribute traffic sources for a particular thing that you're promoting, right? So I would have a version of this. So let's just say, for instance, for the next month, you want to promote a particular blog post, like you mentioned, on LinkedIn and other places. So this would be blog post link, and then this question mark analytics underscore campaign. Again, this doesn't mean email campaign. This means like marketing campaign in the broader sense, equals. And then you would have one, again, this is blog post, this is the code, and then you put in LinkedIn. Or maybe you have another one and you put in Facebook, and then you take that URL with LinkedIn, and that's the one you share on LinkedIn for your blog post to see how many people are clicking off from LinkedIn to come there, right? And so that's what that would look like. It has nothing to do with the campaigns feature in AttractWell. It has more to do with the generic meaning of the word campaign, like a marketing campaign. All right. Okay. So that makes sense. Excellent. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All right. Well, you guys, I hope that this has been really helpful for you. If you are looking for use case support, if you're looking to figure out how you can use AttractWell for the specific thing that you want to learn how to do, get in touch with us. We will do a whole training like this just based around the use case that you want to explore. So get in touch with us. We look forward to hearing from you. And yeah, play around with that page feature, guys. So cool. So easy to make something gorgeous. Watch those 2 trainings and implement them, especially the AI settings one, and you will be creating pages in the blink of an eye that fit your brand perfectly. All right. Thanks for sticking around and being incredible people. We're honored to be a part of the work that you're doing, making a better world. All right. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.